Today we got the top 10 tires for your SUV. Now these are for people who live in the city and probably only go off-road 5% of the time, 10% tops. And we'll start at number 10, ladies and gentlemen, with a long-standing tire in the South African market. Quite popular, not as popular as it used to be, but still a good honest tire. Doesn't have the strongest sidewall in the business, but good tread life, good on the road. And good enough to get into number 10, the Bridgestone Jeweler D697. My friend Simon had a set of the highway version of these, and he got 100,000 Ks out of them and 0 punctures on his chimney through dodgy roads. So unless you're going to do serious off-roading, the Bridgestone Jewelers are just fine and well priced as well. Coming in at number 9 is one of the most attractive all-terrain tires. Not necessarily the best for serious off-roading, but if you've got an SUV with a large rim, an 18-19 inch rim, and you want a proper all-terrain tread on there, the Pirelli Scorpion ATs, the AT Pluses have got you covered. They look really good on a big rim and would probably work fine on a regular bucky as well if you plan to do mostly city driving. But Pirelli haven't really been known for their rugged off-road tires, so wouldn't necessarily take them to Namibia. But they'd be good for your local gravel road and sort of high-performance cars. Then number 8, a much improved tire. It used to be quite weak on the Forester 15 years ago, but the sidewalls have got a lot stronger in these over the years. The Yokohama Geolanders, which are getting really good reviews all around the world, much stronger sidewalls and good off-road grip, good 90% tar, 10% gravel tire. Not the strongest sidewall in the business, but still a bit above average, which you couldn't say that about the previous incarnations of the Geolander. Moving swiftly on, we get to number 7. BFG have been known for their KO2s. But for a Softroader, I would recommend their BFG Trail Terrains, which they've had out for a year or two, which is perfect for anybody that spends most of the time in the city and just needs a tire for occasional gravel roading and light off-roading. But this is 2-ply sidewall. It's worth mentioning whether the KO2s are 3-ply sidewall. But with that 3-ply sidewall, it makes it a bit stiffer, and I find the wet braking on the KO2s is not class leading by any stretch of the imagination. So I think the BFG Trail Trains is probably a better all-around tire for 2023. And they look cool as well. They look kind of like a KO2, so you can still get that all-terrain look and feel, but get the more of the highway tire road manners and noise. But you're not going to get that KO2 sidewall. Moving to number 6, we've got a tire that has quite a range of applications. You get it on the Ranger Raptor in a 33-inch rim, and you can also get them on an Isuzu Bucky. I've had them on there before with a 60 profile, so you can go from a big beefy 70 profile 33-inch tire down to a 31-inch tire from a regular Bucky. And then I've even seen them on Renault Dusters, is the General Grabber 83. Very quiet tire, great road manners, quite a chunky design, so you're going to get plenty of off-road grip. Not the strongest sidewalls in the business, but a good above average tire. It's affordable prices, the General Grabber 83, and would work well on any SUV. Top 5 time, ladies and gentlemen. Here is something, probably this is one of the most off-roady biased tires on the list, is something from America. They've been known for some really rugged all-terrain tires, like the ATZs, and I'm talking about Mickey Thompson. And for this SUV list, I give you their softest tire, so to speak, their most all-terrain tire. and not so much on the mud side, is the Deegan 38. So I saw this on a 300 series in Pletten. It looks really, really good. It's for somebody that does a fair amount of gravel roading on their holidays. It's a sort of tire you could take to Namibia comfortably, but it's still got quite a conservative tread, so it's going to be good with braking and noise and whatnot. The Mickey Thompson Deegan 38s. They also have a 235x70 on a 16, which would be a really good size for your mid-size SUVs, like a CRV or a Freelander or something like that, if you want to drop your rim size. Getting to number 4 on the list is a great tire for a bucky if you mainly do a lot of city driving and occasional gravel roading, is the Michelin LTX ATs. Which give you good for 100,000 K tread life. If you rotate them, it gives you that Michelin peace of mind. Pretty reasonably priced, not the cheapest, but not the most expensive. The Deegans are probably the most expensive on this list. Is the Michelin LTXs, they've been around for quite a few years now. Billy from the 4x4 track in Elgin's had them on his Land Rover last time I saw him, and he had no punctures, and he's driving through quite rugged terrain there, which is a good test for the tires. Number 3, top 3 time, was near the top of my general all-terrain tire list, and they score well on the SUV tire list as well. This is another tire that's more for a bit more on the rugged side, but still performs really well on the tar and quiet, but gives you good tread for decent off-roading. This is another tire you could take to Namibia, is the Falcon Wild Peak 83s, which are reasonably priced, similar price to a Goodyear Wrangler, but a better overall package. I must make a side note about the Wranglers. I had the Wranglers for 70,000 Ks. Good, honest, robust tire. I did have a blowout and a puncture, and they were very noisy. And while I was on my recent holiday in the Cederberg, I saw a bucky with Wranglers stuck on the side of the road with a puncture. So I don't think the new Wranglers, the sidewall's quite as strong as the old ones. That's one of the reasons I didn't make this list. But anyway, number 2 on the list. This is a tire I've recommended to a lot of people, and they've had very few issues on tough half-renette roads all over the place, is the Michelin Latitude Cross. They also have a size which is good for a Freelander or something with a medium-sized SUV with an 18-inch rim, which is a 225x65 and an 18. If you want to keep your 18-inch rim but still get a slightly more rugged SUV tire, I'd go for the Michelin Latitude Cross. It's been around for about 6 years, but it's still a really good tire. Quiet, good tread life. Out of 3 or 4 people I've recommended them to, only one person ever had a puncture in the Tankwa, and they were able to patch that up and carry on going on the same tire. So a really, really strong tire, but drives like a highway tire. And then number 1 on the list, on the Softroader SUV tire list, is a tire that I've come to get a lot of respect for in the last year. I've had them on my Nissan X-Trail, is the Dunlop Grand Trek 85, the quietest tire I've ever driven in my entire life in terms of all-terrain tire. Great handling, robust. I've taken them on a good couple of 1,000 kilometers of tough gravel and 0 punctures, 0 chipping. So the Dunlop have really raised their game over the last 5 years, bringing in products like this and the 83Gs as well. Whereas about 10 years ago, they weren't seen as a sort of a forerunner in the all-terrain tire game, but they've really come out swinging in the last couple of years. And I can really recommend, I'm saying a lot of rallies here, but I can really recommend the 85s for anybody with a medium-sized SUV, large SUV, bucky. They go up to a sort of a 32-inch tire. They got a lot of sizes, and made in South Africa as well. That some of them are made in Thailand, some of them are made in South Africa, so you're likely to be supporting local products. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's my Softroader / SUV tire list. You won't go wrong with any one of these tires. And most of them are really good value for money as well. So let's go through the list once again. Number 10, Bridgestone Jeweler. Number 9, Pirelli. Number 8, Yokohama. Number 7, BFG Trail Terrain. Number 6, General Grabber AT3s. Mickey Thompson Deegan 38s in at number 5. Number 4, the old stalwart Michelin LTX ATs, which are good. They make bigger sizes, so you won't necessarily find one to fit a small to medium sized SUV, but great for buckies and larger SUVs. And then you get the Falcon Wild Peak AT3WAs, great value for money, slightly more off-roady tire, but can still work on a standard SUV and will give you great grip on gravel. Number 2 is the Michelin Latitude Cross Perfect tire for an 18-inch medium-sized SUV. Quiet, durable, and it's a Michelin. And number 1, I beg your pardon, is Dunlop AT5. I've got them on my Softroader and I'm very, very impressed with them. No punctures after 12,000 Ks. Very quiet. Great handling. Nothing to complain. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think. Have I missed anything out? Catch you next time on Africa Sideways.